4 ways to detox and cleanse your kidneys naturally. If you are over 55, you probably know the feeling all too well. Waking up tired even after a full night of sleep. Noticing puffy eyes in the mirror. A dull ache in your lower back. Maybe your morning urine looks a little foamy or your blood pressure seems higher than usual. Most people shrug these off as normal signs of aging, something that just happens as we get older. But here's the part no one really talks about. These changes are not always just age. They can be early warnings that your creatinine is rising, your GFR may be slipping, or your kidneys are under more stress than you realize. Overnight, toxins can quietly build up in your bloodstream, and your kidneys have to work twice as hard every morning to catch up. I am Dr. Mattheus from Kidney Health 365, and I can tell you this. Many doctors give good advice like drink more water or cut back on salt. But they rarely talk about the simple morning habits that quietly overload your kidneys day after day. Habits that most people never question. A study that followed more than 20 adults over age 50 found that small lifestyle adjustments could improve filtration markers by as much as 0.3 to 0.4 mg per deciliter over several months. These are not dramatic medical treatments, just everyday habits that support your kidneys instead of working against them. That is why paying attention to these subtle changes matters. Kidney issues often progress silently. By the time symptoms become obvious, the damage may have already accelerated. The good news is, there are small, realistic steps you can take each day that make a real difference. And the first step is something most people never think about, yet it takes less than 2 minutes and can change the way your kidneys handle toxins every single morning. Let's talk about why your kidneys need more detox support as you age. As we get older, our kidneys face challenges that most people never think about. Even if you feel generally healthy, the natural aging process changes how your kidneys filter waste balance fluids and regulate minerals. After age 55, the tiny filters inside the kidneys, called nephrons, gradually stiffen and lose efficiency. This is a normal part of aging, but it also means toxins can build up faster if we're not paying attention. Another reason detox support becomes more important with age is reduced blood flow. Studies show that kidney blood flow can decrease by as much as 10% per decade after midlife. Blood reaching the kidneys, they have to work harder to remove the same amount of waste. Over time, this strain can show up in the form of rising creatinine, lower GFR, or morning symptoms like swelling, fatigue, or foamy urine. Lifestyle factors make the load even heavier. Many older adults take multiple medications, eat higher sodium foods for convenience, or live with health conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes. All of these increase kidney stress. According to the National Kidney Foundation, 1 in 3 adults over 60 is at risk for reduced kidney function. Source at kidney.org. But here is the hopeful part. Supporting your kidneys does not require extreme diets or complicated routines. Small, realistic detox habits can help lighten the burden on these hardworking organs. When you give your kidneys the right environment to function well, they often respond quickly. In a moment, we will go through the 4 most popular and effective kidney detox methods that everyday people can start right away. Each of these approaches is simple, practical, and designed to help your kidneys work more efficiently without overwhelming your daily routine. Let's get started. Staying hydrated is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to support your kidneys. When your body has enough fluid, your kidneys can filter waste more efficiently, flush out toxins, and maintain a healthy balance of electrolytes. For older adults, this can make a noticeable difference in how you feel each day, especially in the morning when dehydration tends to be at its peak. The reason hydration is so important comes down to how the kidneys function. Inside each kidney are millions of tiny filters called nephrons. They rely on adequate blood flow and fluid volume in order to push out waste products like creatinine and urea. When you do not drink enough water, your blood becomes more concentrated. This forces the kidneys to work harder and often results in darker urine, slower toxin removal, and morning symptoms, like headaches, dizziness, or mild swelling in the hands and feet. According to the National Kidney Foundation, dehydration is one of the top reversible causes of temporary drops in kidney filtration. Source at kidney.org. But there is another layer to hydration that many people overlook. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable. This means older adults may drink too little without even realizing it. Combine that with medications like diuretics, higher sodium diets, or chronic conditions like diabetes, and your kidneys may be under more stress than you think. Of course, even something as healthy as water can become a problem if taken in extreme amounts. Drinking far too much water in a short time can dilute your electrolytes and place strain on the kidneys. People with advanced kidney disease, heart failure, or those on fluid restrictions should always follow their provider's guidance. The goal is not to drink excessive water, but to stay steadily hydrated throughout the day. A good way to approach hydration is to listen to your body and observe your urine. If your urine is pale yellow or nearly clear, you are likely well hydrated. If it is consistently dark yellow, that is your body asking for more fluid. Most people do well drinking small amounts of water throughout the day instead of large amounts all at once. Starting your morning with a glass of water can also help counter nighttime dehydration and support your kidneys right away. There are simple variations you can try if plain water feels boring. You can add a squeeze of lemon for a refreshing taste, which may also support urinary pH balance. Another option is infused water with slices of cucumber or berries. These additions do not add much sugar or sodium, but can make staying hydrated easier and more enjoyable. A small precaution worth mentioning is that flavored waters or sports drinks often contain added sodium artificial sweeteners or potassium, which may not be ideal for people with kidney concerns. Reading labels can help you avoid hidden additives that might place extra stress on your kidneys. Now I would love to hear from you. If you rarely drink enough water, comment with the number 0. If staying hydrated is already part of your daily routine, comment with the number 1. Your feedback helps others feel less alone in their journey toward better kidney health. And coming up next, we will look at another kidney detox method that is surprisingly overlooked, but incredibly effective for reducing strain on your kidneys. This next approach is simple, practical, and something most people can start today. Let's move on. Limiting sodium is one of the most powerful steps you can take to reduce kidney stress and support healthier filtration. For many older adults, lowering sodium is not just about improving blood pressure. It is about giving the kidneys a chance to work without being overwhelmed by excess fluid retention and mineral imbalance. When sodium intake decreases, your kidneys can filter more efficiently, inflammation tends to drop, and your entire body feels lighter and less sluggish. To understand why sodium matters so much, it helps to know what happens inside your kidneys. Sodium controls how much fluid your body holds onto. When you eat too much of it, the kidneys must work harder to remove the extra fluid from your bloodstream. This increases blood pressure, narrows the arteries that supply the kidneys, and over time, may reduce filtration. The National Kidney Foundation reports that the average American consumes more than 3,400 milligrams of sodium per day, far above the recommended limit of 2,300 milligrams. Source at kidney.org. This excess can contribute to morning swelling, foamy urine, and increased creatinine levels because the kidneys are under more pressure than they can comfortably handle. But reducing sodium is not always easy. Many people think it simply means cutting back on table salt. In reality, most sodium comes from processed foods like canned soups, frozen meals, deli meats, bread, and packaged snacks. These foods often contain hidden sodium that adds up quickly, even if you are not adding salt at home. That said, there are a few risks to be aware of. Going extremely low sodium without guidance may lead to dizziness, muscle cramps, or electrolyte imbalance, especially for people taking diuretics or blood pressure medications. Those with certain medical conditions should follow their provider's recommended range rather than drastically cutting sodium on their own. Applying this method effectively starts with simple swaps. Choose fresh or frozen vegetables instead of canned. Look for low sodium or no salt added labels when buying broth, beans, or sauces. You can also season your meals with herbs, pepper, garlic, lemon, or vinegar instead of salt. These options add flavor without placing extra stress on your kidneys. Cooking at home even a few times per week can dramatically reduce unnecessary sodium intake. You can also try a couple of variations to make this process easier. One option is to use salt-free seasoning blends, which often combine herbs, citrus, and spices to give your meals depth and brightness. Another helpful variation is replacing salty snacks with naturally low-sodium alternatives such as fresh fruits, air-popped popcorn, or unsalted rice cakes. These swaps help control cravings without putting your kidneys under additional strain. A small precaution worth noting is to avoid low-sodium salts or salt substitutes unless your provider approves them. Many of these products contain potassium chloride, which may not be safe for people with reduced kidney function. Reading labels carefully can prevent accidental intake of ingredients that may elevate potassium levels. Now I want to hear from you. If you have never really paid attention to sodium before, comment with the number 0. If you are already trying to lower your sodium intake, comment with the number 1 so we can support each other. And coming up next, we will move into another kidney-friendly detox method that works hand in hand with sodium control. This next approach helps support natural filtration and reduces the buildup of waste products even more effectively. Let's keep going. Choosing kidney-friendly foods is one of the most effective and sustainable ways to support your kidneys every single day. Think of these foods as gentle helpers that reduce inflammation, support filtration, and lessen the workload placed on your kidneys. For older adults, especially the right foods can make a measurable difference in how your body handles toxins, sodium, and metabolic stress. The reason kidney-friendly foods matter so much comes down to how the kidneys process nutrients. Many fruits and vegetables are naturally rich in antioxidants, which help reduce inflammation in the kidneys and blood vessels. Foods high in fiber, such as apples or berries, also support the digestive system, allowing the body to remove waste more efficiently. This helps the kidneys by reducing the total amount of metabolic waste they need to filter. Studies published by the National Kidney Foundation show that diets rich in antioxidant-producing foods are linked to lower rates of kidney decline. Source: at kidney.org. But like any dietary approach, there are a few risks and limitations to consider. Not all fruits and vegetables are ideal for kidney support. Some are extremely high in potassium, which may be unsafe for people with reduced kidney function. Others may be high in oxalates, which increase the risk of kidney stones for some individuals. That means choosing the right foods matters just as much as avoiding the wrong ones. It's also important to remember that even healthy foods can create problems if eaten in excessive amounts or paired with too much sodium or processed ingredients. To apply this method, effectively focus on foods known for being gentle on the kidneys and easy to digest. Apples, berries, cabbage, cauliflower, grapes, fish rich in omega-3s, and olive oil are examples of well-studied kidney-friendly options. Cooking at home also helps you control sodium, phosphorus, and unhealthy additives. Simple dishes like roasted cauliflower, broccoli, sauteed with olive oil, or apple slices with cinnamon can support your kidneys without making you feel restricted. You can also explore a couple of helpful variations to make eating kidney-friendly more enjoyable. One option is to create a daily fruit rotation where you include low-potassium fruits like apples, pears, blueberries, and strawberries throughout the week. This ensures your kidneys get antioxidant support without overwhelming them with minerals. Another variation is swapping heavy proteins for lighter options such as baked fish or plant-based proteins like tofu. These alternatives reduce the amount of metabolic waste your kidneys need to handle. For precautions, people with chronic kidney disease should avoid overconsuming high-potassium vegetables, high-phosphorus nuts, and foods high in oxalates, such as spinach or beet greens. Those with diabetes should also be mindful of fruits high in natural sugars. If you take medications for blood pressure or electrolyte balance, it is helpful to monitor how your diet affects your labs over time. Now I want to hear from you. If you have never tried consciously eating kidney-friendly foods, comment with the number 0. If you already include some of these foods in your meals, comment with the number 1, so we can learn from each other. And now that we've covered how smart food choices can protect your kidneys, let's move into a method that has been used for thousands of years and is remarkably gentle on the body. Herbal teas may give your kidneys the support they need in a soothing, natural way. Herbal teas are one of the simplest, most relaxing, and most natural ways to support kidney health. For many older adults, adding even 1 cup of the right herbal tea each day can create noticeable improvements in hydration, inflammation, control, and urinary comfort. Herbal teas work gently, making them ideal for people who want natural detox support without harsh cleansing methods. The power of herbal teas lies in their nutrient profile. Many herbs contain antioxidants, natural anti-inflammatory compounds, and plant-based chemicals that support healthier kidney function. For example, nettle leaf tea has mild diuretic properties, helping the body release excess fluid, which in turn reduces kidney workload. Dandelion tea has been traditionally used to support liver and kidney detox. Turmeric tea provides curcumin, a compound known for its anti-inflammatory effects. Research has shown that antioxidants found in herbal teas can help reduce oxidative stress within the kidneys, which is one of the underlying factors in kidney damage. Even though herbal teas are natural, there are still some risks and limitations to consider. Not all herbal teas are safe for everyone. Some can interact with medications, especially diuretics, blood pressure medications, or blood thinners. Others may cause digestive discomfort or changes in electrolyte levels if consumed excessively. Certain detox teas promoted online can be overly strong or contain laxative herbs that may lead to dehydration, which stresses the kidneys rather than helping them. That's why choosing mild, well-known kidney-friendly teas is important. To get the best results, try drinking 1 cup of herbal tea in the morning or afternoon. Choose teas that are caffeine-free and made from single herbs rather than mixed formulas with additives. You can sweeten lightly with honey, if desired, but avoid artificial sweeteners. Always check that herbs come from reputable brands that list ingredients clearly, and avoid teas labeled as rapid detox or extreme cleanse. There are a couple of variations you can explore. One is combining kidney-friendly herbs such as nettle and dandelion in a homemade blend. This gives you the benefits of both without relying on pre-mixed products. Another variation is drinking turmeric tea with a splash of warm milk to boost curcumin absorption. These small adjustments help improve the effectiveness and flavor of your tea routine. As for precautions, individuals with kidney disease, gallbladder issues, or those taking certain medications should check with their provider before trying new herbal teas. Also, avoid teas with added potassium, phosphorus, or herbal extracts that may overstimulate the kidneys. Now let me know in the comments. If you drink herbal teas regularly, comment with the number 1. If herbal teas are new to you, drop the number 0 so we can guide you through it. And next we'll shift into something equally important. Before we wrap up the final detox steps, there are essential warnings and precautions every older adult should understand to stay safe and protect their kidneys long term. Before you try any of the methods we talked about, I want to take a moment to share some important warnings and precautions. These points may seem simple, but for older adults or anyone who already has kidney concerns, they can make the difference between real progress and unexpected setbacks. My goal here is to help you stay safe while still giving your kidneys the support they need. First, even natural methods can create problems if used in the wrong way. Drinking more water helps many people, but for those with late-stage kidney disease or heart conditions, too much fluid can build up in the body and lead to swelling, shortness of breath, or changes in blood pressure. That is why your hydration target should always match your personal health situation. Second, limiting sodium is essential, but cutting sodium too aggressively can cause dizziness, low blood pressure, or weakness. The key is consistency, not extremes. Many seniors make sudden changes after a doctor visit, and those drastic swings can be hard on the kidneys and the heart. Third, herbal teas and supplements may seem harmless, but some herbs interact with medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or blood thinners. Others may raise potassium levels or affect digestion. Labels like detox and cleanse are often used loosely online, so always choose gentle, well-known options and avoid anything marketed as rapid or extreme. Fourth, kidney-friendly foods are powerful, but not all fruits and vegetables are safe for everyone. High potassium foods, high phosphorus nuts, and high oxalate vegetables can be risky for people with reduced filtration. That is why it is important to know your numbers and understand what your kidneys can handle. And finally, none of these methods replace medical guidance. If you have chronic kidney disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, or you take daily prescription medications, your doctor or dietitian should help you shape your long-term plan. Now that we have covered the essentials for staying safe, let's bring everything together and focus on what you can start doing today. In the conclusion, I will show you how these 4 simple methods can fit into your daily routine so you can support your kidneys with confidence and clarity. As we wrap up today's video, let me leave you with the heart of what we covered. We walk through 4 of the simplest, most effective ways to support your kidneys every single day. Staying hydrated, lowering sodium, choosing kidney-friendly foods, and adding gentle herbal teas into your routine. These are small changes, but they work together to lighten the load on your kidneys and help your body filter waste the way it was designed to. But here's the part I really want you to remember. Kidney problems often progress silently. By the time symptoms become obvious, the damage may already be far along. That is why starting today matters. Not next week, not next month. The decisions you make now can create a real difference in how your kidneys function years from now. And I want you to know something else. You are not powerless in this journey. Even one small step can start shifting your energy, your clarity, and your numbers in the right direction. Whether it is replacing one salty snack, drinking an extra glass of water, or choosing a fresh fruit instead of something processed, those tiny choices add up. They build momentum, and momentum builds confidence. If you are wondering where to begin, keep it simple. Pick just one of the 4 methods and commit to it for the next 7 days. Maybe that means checking your hydration or swapping processed foods for something fresh. After a week, choose one more. Slow and steady changes are easier to maintain and much gentler on your body. And as always, remember that this video is for informational purposes only. It is not meant to replace the guidance of your doctor or dietitian. If you have an underlying condition or take daily medications, talk with your healthcare provider before making major changes. If this video helped you understand your kidneys a little better, please subscribe to Kidney Health 365 and turn on notifications so you never miss a new release. And if you want to keep learning, I highly recommend watching our next video, Top 4 Fruits That Help Flush Toxins from Your Kidneys While You Sleep. I think you will find it surprisingly helpful for your nightly routine. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself, take care of your kidneys, and I will see you in the next video.